He earned his first million at the age of 20, achieved tens of millions in revenue at 22, and had hundreds of millions in revenue at 23. His business covers multiple fields such as medical and health, self-media, and cross-border e-commerce. In 1998, Su Haotian was born in Mudanjiang City, Heilongjiang Province. His mother was engaged in a small-scale clothing wholesale business, and his father was a local media practitioner. When he was in junior high school, his mother's business peers seized the opportunity of foreign trade surplus goods, transformed from a stall owner into a first-level wholesaler within half a year, and moved into a high-end residence in the city center. Meanwhile, his father, who had been working diligently on a bicycle for 20 years, was still only a mid-level leader. From the differences in life between being in business and being within the system, he came up with a life creed of 4 words: efficiently making money. During his student days, Su Haotian showed a mature understanding of rules. When his substitute English teacher was stumped by his question of, "Why do foreigners gesticulate?" his head teacher saw his persistence and the logic behind the phenomenon. In the college entrance examination, he was admitted to the University of Hong Kong with a ranking among the top 50 students in the city, becoming the first student from a prestigious university in his family to leave Northeast China. In 2018, as a sophomore majoring in business at the University of Hong Kong, Su Haotian noticed the implicit consumption demand of European and American international students for Chinese culture. At the same time, he also found that Chinese students in American universities wanted to integrate into the local culture while also eager to retain their own cultural identity. In the market, there were either cheap small commodities from Yiwu or high-priced big brands, leaving a gap in the market. He took immediate action. He contacted garment factories in Guangzhou, integrated elements such as the eaves of the Forbidden City and Northeast dialects into the design of school uniforms, and launched upgraded national trend school uniforms. Through precise advertising on Instagram highlighting the concept of exclusive battle robes for Chinese students at Harvard/Yale, and adopting a zero-inventory model of pre-sale production direct delivery. Within 3 months, 7,000 school uniforms were sold out with a revenue of 870,000 yuan and a gross profit margin as high as 80%. This business allowed him to verify the business model of light assets plus segmented demand for the first time. What is being sold is not clothes, but the identity recognition of international students. After making money, Su Haotian did not stop in the consumer goods field during his junior year of college. He found that Chinese enterprises going global to the Middle East did not achieve results due to cultural differences, and the services of local traditional media companies were both expensive and of poor quality. So he planned to help people in the Middle East understand China. Through the Alumni Association of the University of Hong Kong in the Middle East, he got to know a collateral member of the Dubai royal family. After making 3 short videos for the family business telling the miracle of Chinese e-commerce for free, he obtained the endorsement of a cooperative media of the royal family. With this, he established a cultural platform for young people in the Middle East, produced a series of content titled Chinese Technology Transforming Lives in Arabic, and accurately met the localization marketing needs of overseas enterprises such as Xiaomi and Transsion. By the end of 2019, the annual revenue of the company exceeded tens of millions, becoming an important channel for the dissemination of Chinese brands in the Middle East. He believes that when you can use the experience from other fields to solve the problems encountered in the current field, you can achieve success. In 2020, Su Haotian returned to China with tens of millions of assets just as the COVID-19 pandemic broke out. When people were snapping up masks and medicine, he did not give up the opportunity to make money. Through data analysis, he found that among the people who were under home quarantine globally, many people's weight soared. However, traditional weight loss institutions were closed offline, plunging this group of people into anxiety. He quickly entered the online rapid weight loss track and launched a package model of 7-day meal replacement plus remote coach. Different from the heavy asset model of traditional medical enterprises, he chose to operate with light assets, outsourcing the production of meal replacement shakes, signing mid-level influencers with 100,000 followers on TikTok, and implanting products through home weight loss vlogs with the customer acquisition cost as low as $8. In 2020, the project's revenue was 120 million yuan, and the repurchase rate reached 35%, making it a phenomenal dark horse in the online weight loss market in Europe and the United States. Now, Su Haotian's core business focuses on the segmented field of medical and health, and he is building a localized weight loss ecosystem in the Middle East and Southeast Asian markets. He refuses to be called an entrepreneur and prefers to call himself a constructor of business rules. He said, "What I do is very simple. It's about pulling off the emperor's new clothes in each industry to see whether there is gold or straw inside." In 2025, when Su Haotian was asked about his next goal, he pointed to the world map on the wall of his office and said, "Where there are unmet needs of people, there is the market." Remember, never limit yourself with industries. Selling school uniforms and selling medical solutions are essentially about selling solutions to problems. Su Haotian is not a naturally gifted business genius. His success proves that in the business world, success does not rely on luck or the trend, but on a deep understanding of the essence. When you can, like him, break down each decision into quantifiable formulas and regard each industry as a reproducible model, you can find a foothold in any field.